Okay, hi fifth grade. It's Mrs. K. You can hear me, but you can't see me this time, and that's okay. You're going to listen and follow along. This week, I am going to walk you through the process of actually completing our research and filling out the paper that I'm going to give you. You will not start that until the next class. This class, you're just listening and following along. So, the last 2 weeks, I had you do a CAMI worksheet, and some of you turned it in and some of you didn't, about the career you wanted to research. And of course, Mrs. K wanted to research being a librarian. And so the closest thing in my library, a book that I could find, was I Can Be a Teacher. And then here's the author, Beatrice Beckman. And then here is the call number. It may help me with my research. It may not help me with my research. But we are going to be using this website that I will post a link in the assignment. It is the Bureau of Labor Statistics, U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, and we're going to use that website to help us with answering our questions about our career. Okay? All right, so this week you're going to be filling out this outline on your career. So Mrs. K can go ahead and put my name at the top here, Mrs. K, and then you would put your teacher name so I know who your teacher is. And then I'm going to put for my career name, I'm going to put librarian. And that is what I'm going to look up on this website. So Mrs. K brought up the website. Here it is. When you go to this page, you will scroll down until you see career information, and then we're going to click on Occupational Outlook Handbook. And I'll make a note in the assignment so you know what to click on in this on this website. So I'm going to click on it. And when I do, it brings up, X that out because we don't need to give our feedback. Here, it's going to bring up this A to Z index. And obviously, a librarian starts with the letter L. If you wanted to be a nurse, you're going to look under N. If you wanted to be a teacher, maybe you would look under T. Okay, whatever your career is you picked, you're going to want to look under that first letter to see if you can find it. So, Mrs. K is going to look under L. I'm going to scroll. Oh, usually it takes me. Oh, it is. It's thinking. It's right there. I can actually click on it. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to move this up here so we can see this. This is a quick summary of my career, okay? And we do need to fill out how much money, the salary or the earnings, okay? And I'm going to put the big one, okay? $59,500 per year. Comes out to be about $28.61 per hour. So I'm going to put the big salary number at the top. So I'm going to put my money sign, and then I'm going to put 59,500. Okay, that's about how much money, if you are a librarian, that's about how much money you make there. It could be more, it could be less, depending on where you are a librarian. Okay? All right, so the next part is introduction. Explain your career in a few sentences. Start off with using your career name. Well, Mrs. K is going to put a librarian. And then in order to answer that question, I have to click on right here, what they do. And then what librarians and library media specialists do. Right here is the paragraph. Librarians and library media specialists help people find information and conduct research for personal and professional use. Their job duties may change based on the type of setting they work in, such as public, school, or medical libraries. I cannot copy that word for word. I have to put it in my own words. So a librarian will help people find information or books in all kinds of settings. You can be a school, a public, or medical librarian. Okay. All right, so Mrs. K put it in my own words. A librarian will help people find information or books in all kinds of settings. You can be a school, public, or medical librarian. Okay, so there's different places you can work as a librarian. Mrs. K is a school librarian. Okay, some librarians work at the college library, or they work at the public library, or maybe at the hospital doing medical things for them. Okay, all right. Duties, job duties, and it says type. Mrs. K was originally going to have you do this in Kami, but I'm not now because I'm going to have you write it. It'll be easier for you to write it on the paper than to do it in Kami. Type or write 2 duties from the list you do for your job. All right, so underneath there it says duties. No matter what career you pick, under the what they do tab is going to be the introduction and your duties, what your job is. I only have to pick 2 of them, okay? I'm going to pick the second one, organize library materials, so they are easy to find. So I'm going to write that down. Organize library materials so they are easy to find. That's my first one. And then I'm going to pick, teach classes about information resources. Mrs. K does that. Teach classes about information resources. Just like showing you the online catalog. That's me teaching you how to find information in our library. Okay? All right, so that answers that question. All right. We are going to go to education and training. How to become one. Okay? How do I become one? All right, so librarians typically need a master's degree. All right, so that's a graduate degree, graduate master's. So Mrs. K is going to circle that one. If your job tells you that you don't need a degree, then you would circle that one. Do you need a technical degree, less than 2 years? You'd circle that one. Do you need an associate's degree or vocational degree, 2 years? You'd circle that one. Bachelor's degree is 4 years, and then a graduate degree is 2 or more years beyond your bachelor degree, and then obviously the highest is the doctoral degree. Okay? I also have to have a bachelor's degree first. Okay, so I'm going to put a 1 and then a 2. Mrs. K had to do that first, and then I had to go back to school, graduate school, to be a librarian. Okay? All right. So that answers my question for that one. All right, we're going to move down and see if I can find a typical schedule that I work. Let's go to work environment. That should tell me that. Look, work schedules. So under work environment, work schedules. So we work full-time. Some work part-time. Full-time is 5 days a week, 40 hours for the week. So Mrs. K is going to circle Monday through Friday for me. Although some librarians, if you work in a public library or a library at a college, you can work weekends, depending on where you work. But they don't work night shift, okay? It's mostly during the day. However, If you're at a college library, you might be there until maybe 11 o'clock at night for those college kids. Okay, so it could be a little bit later in the night, but it's typically normal working hours during the day. Okay? All right, and then Mrs. K only has one more question to answer. And this is the self-reflection part, where you need to tell me, why did you choose this career? Well, I chose to research librarian because I love showing people or children I want to change that. Children, how useful a library can be. I don't only show you fun books to listen to that I read to you, or ones that I want to tell you to read. I show you how to use the library. How is it useful to you? Okay, finding books for your research project. You may have to do that when you get to the high school or even beyond high school. So it's important that Mrs. K shows you how to use the online catalog and how to find books and information in the library, how to do research like we're doing today. And then we have one more part of our paper, and that is the citation for the website. And Mrs. K is going to have a separate video lesson that we will do this part together, because we have to cite our information, or else we're stealing the information from this website and not giving them credit. We have to give this website credit for the information that we are using. Okay? All right, so once again, when you get this paper, this website link will be there for you to use. Okay, you're going to put your name, your teacher, what you want to be. Your career goes here. If you want to be a veterinarian, that goes there. If you want to be a doctor, that goes there. Okay, if you want to be a professional sports athlete, that goes there. Then you're going to put how much money you make. If it's a salary, that'll be a big number. Or if it's not, it'll be a number underneath that tells you how much you make per hour. Then you're going to tell me in your own words, explaining your career. And remember, that is under what they do. Mrs. K is going to write on this paper and tell you where to find these, okay? And then you're going to put down your duties. That's also under what they do. Then you're going to put down your education, and that's how to become one. And then you're going to put down your working schedule. That is work environment. And then this last question is your opinion. Why did you choose this career? Why are you researching this career? What do you like about it? Okay? And then we'll do this last part together on another day. All right, so that's all for this week. We will start this paper next week. Okay? All right, 5th grade. Mrs. K will talk to you later.